Welcome to Daily Life Connection, as we continue to explore who God is and what difference that makes in our lives. Well, folks, I have a new microphone, and I'm hoping that will improve the sound quality of our daily talks. If it doesn't, please let me know down below, or if it helps, then you can let me know that as well. I've been in Psalm 139 a bit lately, and I mean, it's just an incredibly psalm about how God has made us and created us fearfully and wonderfully made. But there's another part of that psalm that I want to spend a little bit of time in. Earlier on, he talks about, is there anywhere I can go that I would not be in your presence? And basically the answer is no, of course not. Let me just read a couple of verses. I'm going to read it out of the Message version. He says, is there any place I can go to avoid your spirit, to be out of your sight? If I climb to the sky, you're there. If I go underground, you're there. If I flew on morning's wings to the far western horizon, you'd find me in a minute. You're already there waiting. Then I said to myself, oh, he even sees me in the dark. At night, I'm immersed in the light. In fact, darkness isn't dark to you. Night and day, darkness and light, they're all the same to you. I just want to share a little bit today about the God who is already where I'm about to be. The God who's already where I'm about to be. The psalmist is writing here, and basically what he's saying is, God is everywhere. There is no place that God isn't. You know, I think sometimes, brothers and sisters, as we live our Christian life, we are, perhaps the devil plants seeds of doubt in our mind about missing God. You know, you better be careful what path you're on because you might miss God. Well, I understand the idea of that, in that we can be unaware of God, but you know, there's never going to be a time or a place in our lives where God already isn't. He's already where I haven't yet been. The psalmist wrote and said, you know, if I go to the far stretches of the west, you're already there. If I go into the darkness, you're already there. And not only is he already there, but he is totally aware of us when we get there, when we arrive. This God is a God who, we always say he's omnipresent, he's everywhere. But it's far more personal than that. He is personally present to us wherever we may be. So I just want to encourage us today, you know, no matter what path we go down, no matter what mistakes we make, no matter what decisions, no matter what circumstances come into our lives, no matter what situations we find ourselves in, he is already there and aware of us. He's there and aware. He already knows we'd be there. And I guess the good point of that is simply, no matter how low we fall, no matter how bleak our circumstances, no matter how distant we may feel from spiritual things, you know, we're not in the church building and we're not with other believers and we're in a situation where it seems evil itself is present, we need to remember God is also there. He's already there, and fully aware of our presence there as well. So there's never going to be a time when I find myself in a situation or a place where the presence of God isn't already accessible to me and to you. God is fully accessible to us. We can turn to him and call to him because he's there. It's not God, come and save me. God's already there. But it's God, make me aware of your saving help in this circumstance. Isn't that good? There's such a big difference, I think, between feeling like I'm somewhere God isn't and I need to get him into this situation, and believing he's already in this situation. What I need is to be aware of his saving, redeeming power in this situation, to be aware of his presence. That's our big issue. It's not God's absence, but it's our inability to sense his presence, our inattention or whatever it may be that keeps us. See, isn't that always the enemy's schemes? He brings fear into our lives or whatever, fear of God or fear of the situation. And then we withdraw. We aren't sensitive to him because if we're afraid that he's disapproving of us or that he's not with us or that we've done something to make him withdraw from us, then that sense of fear can keep us from being aware of his presence. So I just want to encourage everybody today. He is present wherever you are and wherever you will be. Every moment of your life, he is already there because he's outside time. He's already where you're about to be. And so the prayer today is not, God, come and be with me, but God, help me to be aware that you are with me. Something to think about today. The God who is already there and is fully aware of our presence as well. Good news. We'll talk again tomorrow.